still keep bringing in my paychecks normally. I still have a good amount of money in my bank account, so I'm actually set off pretty well.
Hey, that $1,200 can be the new RTX 2080.
So, well, I think most of that is probably going. I'm probably going to put most of that into some type of. Just so then, because from what I've heard, we might have to pay a percentage of that back in our taxes next year.
Oh, it's taxable?
I think so.
Weird.
That's at least what I've been told from some people. I'm not 100% sure. I'd rather have some money saved up for just to pay that back in case we do have to pay some of that back.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about the because they hadn't updated the information about the wage subsidy for employers, and I don't know about like the personal amounts that they're sending out to people, but I know that originally they were talking about essentially the like wage subsidy that's going to count as like income next year for corporate taxes or something. Like I haven't had time to really look at it, so
yeah.
All
so I was like, you know what? I might as well save most of this money, put in like a nice like bond or something, try to make some money off of it, but spend some of it on some stuff with like my stream and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, if you can time it, man, buy like some like
buy the dip.
fund. Yeah, because like the stock market is down right now at like 80% on the year or something like that. So like,
oh yeah,
when it goes back up, it's like, oh, you've just like
doubled your money,
or like quadrupled your money, provided it comes back up. But we might not have seen the bottom yet. Depends on how much longer this thing goes on.
Actually, it depends on how much longer Saudi Arabia and Russia are going to do their little oil wars.
Yes, that is definitely making things worse economically right now.
Worse.
But they wouldn't have as widespread of an impact as what's going on right now. Like it's just another thing that's, man, like if this just wasn't happening, things would be better.
I don't know, man. I haven't seen gas at 60 cents since like early 2000s.
That is true.
90s, man. 90s is when I'd have to go back to remember that. But I grew up in Ontario, so we always paid more tax on gas and stuff like that. But yeah, no, it's
yeah, we're down to
still like
we're down to 180 a gallon where I live.
Jeez.
Yeah. That's more expensive to us because like it's at Costco by us now. It's like a liter. And it's about 3 liters to a gallon. So it's a $1.54 Canadian, which I guess if you were to is like $1 US or something like that.
Gas is always more expensive in Canada than the United States from that to Canada. I always made sure to fill up on my gas tank just before I went to Canada.
Yeah, I think the prices in Ontario is still at like 70 cents a liter, so like $1 or $2. $2.10.
I think it was $1.58 today, or something like that. $1.53.
Last time I filled up, it was like a dollar, like 80. That was earlier. That was Wednesday.
Yep, our gas is cheaper too, though. Yeah.
My car has not left the parking spot. I just realized in 2 weeks now.
You might want to just ride it around.
Or at least just charge it for a while.
I've got a battery charger if I need it.
Okay. Got some more ambient music.
So ominous.
Yeah.
Are we going to Innsmouth or something?
Little did Fizz know, but he was approaching a very religious town that does.
There's no drinks.
Don't allow music here, boy. No
all
dancing
Or they're
and-
all skeletons. We'll see.
No dancing allowed in this city.
No dancing allowed in this city. None of your newfangled flute music in this town.
Well,
Do a footloose uprising.
as everyone does group up and start to head into town, you make your way up to that first grouping of buildings that has a road that moves to the right side of them, and then it travels further into the labyrinth of buildings ahead of you. And as you get closer, you begin to see that almost all of these buildings are little more than shacks. They're crudely built from wood that is not well planed. It is not solid. There are cracks and holes in the walls. There is no glass in the windows here. You see clothing lines with tattered clothes hung out on them. Small little personal gardens that are scattered in front of and around some homes that are in various states of growth with rickety little wooden fences built around their edges that probably wouldn't even keep out a rabbit with how many holes are in some of them. And the people that you begin to see, they just look like they've lived hard lives. A lot of them, RJ, from your point of view, look underfed, malnourished to various degrees. And that is the sort of scenery that you have as you come into town. So, are you guys just wandering town, or how is it? What do you do when you enter into it?
I'm scouring for a tavern
Mm-hmm.
where I may enter and entertain people and drink. That's what's on my mind.
Are there any guards or anything out and about?
You don't see anybody who seems to be a guard now.
Fantastic. My kind of place.
One of the faces of the party.
So,
Well, I think. Oh, no, go ahead.
oh no, you go.
Oh, I was thinking. If you think this is your type of place, Fizz, I think you might want to do the talking a bit. Because
Okay.
I don't see anybody we could talk to figure out what things are, and you're a better people person.
Hold on a sec. Give me a second. Are there people walking nearby?
Yeah, there's a middle-aged man that's walking by at the moment. Maybe.
Hello!
Ah,
Good afternoon, good sir.
hello.
Perhaps you could point us in the direction of the nearest tavern.
Yes.
Perhaps one with a well-equipped stage.
I don't know
Yes,
about a
Lord.
stage, but there is a place called the Pilgrim and Cup. Head to the water's edge. You'll see it. Sign the cup.
Excellent. Onwards, my fellow adventurers.
He just kind of goes
Thank you
back
for
to
your
his business.
directions.
Of course, kind of looks at
I'll
you
flip
all
him.
like,
As I walk away, Fizz is gonna flip him what money do I have? I gotta flip him a red.
he grabs it, kind of fumbles with it, almost drops it. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And so,
Fizz is strolling towards the Pilgrim's Cup.
the Pilgrim and Cup.
Pilgrim and Cup.
So you head through the town itself, and you see much the same throughout more of the buildings. You see a group of kids kicking some rocks around the street, playing some sort of game they've come up with. You see people tending to their small little gardens that they have.
Pick rock.
And not many people seem to be doing much, but they're there, and they're moving about.
Are they all human?
Ah! An opportunity.
You
Uh-oh.
pretty much entirely see humans, yes. Other than humans, there are a couple of halflings you'll see from time to time.
Fizz, as he walks towards the Pilgrim and Cup, pulls out his lute and begins to perform a little song and dance.
Okay.
Join me at the Pilgrim's Cup for a grand performance.
Alright. Begin broadcasting your message of a performance at the Pilgrim and the Cup. And you make your way through town, repeating your message, almost like a town crier with your little lute. And, people are, it seems they hear. You get a few kids that start following your group through town. And,
Just keeping an eye out.
yep.
I'm keeping my my bag and purse safe.
Okay.
I mean, doesn't carry money.
All right. So you travel through town, and you make your way to the water's edge. The beach spans about 70 or so feet of. It slowly transitions from dirt into a little bit of a sandy beach. And right there on the side, right where it hits to the sand's edge, you see this building. It's a thatched building. It is built directly adjacent to this derelict shed. You can see the shed's door hangs on one of its hinges, precariously swinging open and slapping the frame in the wind. And there's this rod sticking out of the edge of this thatched roof. A wooden stick someone thrust into the thatching. And from it, hanging from frayed ropes, is this wooden plaque of a carved cup, and you can see it looks like someone just took a knife and scraped until they had a shape of a cup.
Unfazed, Fizz enters the tavern. A glass of your finest wine, for my performance will begin soon.
How does the inn look inside?
Well, as you guys kind of huddle your way in and through the door, Nithir, and you're having to, duck to clear the door itself as it's built for human heights, you see there are 4 wooden tables with lots of notches and stains and spills on them that have not been cleaned. The floor of this building itself is dirt. There is a countertop of sorts. It's really just 2 tables set up next to each other, and there is and they're low tables too. They're shorter, and there's a halfling standing behind them, and you can see there's like a few crates beneath the tables, and there's various glasses and cups atop the tables. And he looks up. The name's Holm. Good to have some company. Our finest ale, you say?
Or wine or ale, either or.
No wine here, sir. Just ale.
Ale it is then.
A cup for each of your group, I see. Hello.
I sign to RJ. Nothing for me.
Nothing for Neth. I think. Do you have water?
Yep.
3 glasses of your finest ale and 1 glass of water.
Excellent. You also have Sin and Wizard with you as well. And Rix.
Make that 5 glasses of your
In any
finest
case,
ale.
he
and
says,
1 glass.
all right, 6 red.
I'll flip it him an orange. Say, keep the change. I'm in a generous mood.
That's, mighty kind of you, sir. And he goes and
Okay.
he pours
ahead.
your drinks and he begins to take them. And you see he walks up with, like, the platter and, like, a platter with all the cups balanced in one hand. And in his other hand, he has this little step stool he's walking up with. He sets the step stool down, steps up on top of it, and puts the platter of drinks onto the table. And this halfling, you can see clearly showing there's a dagger in his belt. His clothes are, not the best. But he doesn't smell per se or anything like that. He's got this short brown hair, and you can see on his arms he has a number of gash wounds that have never properly healed. And there's a chunk of one of his ears that's just not there. He says,
Would you like me to look at you?
Huh?
What? Oh, I was gonna go with, would you like me to look at your arms?
What's wrong with my arms?
I could help you get them healed a bit more if you want.
Old wounds. They're fine. So what brings a rather varied group of travelers to little old Formarion?
Well, my gentlemen, first off, thank you for the beverages.
Sure.
We are in town searching for perhaps a fisherman we could hire. We have heard tales of great fishing available in the lake, and we just arrived in town, and I should introduce myself. My name is Frederick Irikaz the Wondrous, and I consider myself, and many others consider me, to be quite the performer, and I would be happy to offer my services to your fine establishment.
I see. What sort of services do you offer, Mr. Wonder?
Well, entertainment, such as lute playing, jokes, and other comedic aspects, and songs.
I'm sure there's quite a number of people that would enjoy the change of pace. You are welcome to sing or do whatever it is you do.
Excellent. I will down my beer and start performing.
How high is
Trying
your
to draw
con,
the
by the
people
way?
who followed us into the tavern. How high is my con?
Yeah. I'm just
I don't
wondering.
know.
Considering that I'm picturing Fizz as drinking a lot right now. It's like,
Well, you just drank one so far.
no, like
Yeah.
his overall character, he always wants to drink, it seems.
Oh.
Well, no. Okay, so I always want. The best way to describe it is like I'm a barfly. Like
Okay.
I'll be in the bar. I'll be talking to people in the bar. I'll always have hand. But if you pay close enough attention, you'll notice that I don't actually like drink a lot. In fact, a lot of the times I'm encouraging other people to drink excessively to the point where they are very entertaining for myself.
Okay.
Hence the incident with Wizrune
Indeed. So,
when we first met.
aside from you guys, initially there is really no one in the bar. There's the few kids that kind of hang lingering looking through the front windows and the doorway. And you begin to play and perform.
Yeah. If there's nobody in the bar, I'll like drift outside to try and
Okay.
entice people to.
Yes, you
To
just
come
kind of
to
drift
the
out
bar.
onto the beach and start playing your lute and doing your music. As Fizz wanders off, Holmes says, "So, you said you're looking for fish and fishermen."
Mostly a boat and somebody who knows how to use to sail or to ferry across Silver Lake.
You'll be wanting to talk to the Dreets then.
The Dreets.
Yes.
Who are they?
They're the fancy folk that live up on the hillside there. They, well, Lord Athis lets us stay in this nice little town we have. Provides for our needs. Keeps us safe.
I see. Is there anything we should know about them?
They're wonderful people. I'm sure you will fit right on in with them.
Oh, all right. We've.
We'll see.
Is there anything else that we should know about this town, in case so we don't get in trouble with anybody?
Oh, just keep to yourself. You know, the usual. Pretty quiet town that we've got here. There's only a few other things to see beside the Pilgrim and Cup. There's a couple masonries if you're looking for artwork or sculptures of that stuff. And there's an ironworks if you're looking for simple things that a blacksmith makes. Although I don't know that Gold Con can really make much, but she does her best.
Who else should we keep an eye out in town for?
No one in particular. I mean, there's people that have things they want done. I mean, you looking to help people, or you just passing through? You said you just got into town. Did you come from north, west, east, south?
We came from Opportunity.
Out east there. Yes. Well, good for you. Came from the big city.
I guess. We were kind of just going through Opportunity, really.
Well, you said you wanted to get across the lake.
Yeah.
Why not just go around it? You can go around north, you can go around south.
Some of our companions wanted to try sailing once.
Right. Well, good luck with that. If you do wind up giving up that effort and you just wind up going around it, don't go west.
Oh? What's out west?
The town of Kalia is out west.
Is something happening there?
Oh, yep. They're all dying from a plague.
I see.
Yep. No one from the western roads are allowed to come to town. We got the border outpost outside of town, up north a bit. And no one's come in for months.
That's good
I'd
to know.
recommend going south around the lake if you're going around it. Although that comes with other dangers. Heard something about elves. Don't quite remember.
Thank you for the advice.
And of course, if you go north, you'll be hitting the mountains and the strange lights. So
Yeah, problem with elves.
no problem. Nope.
Good.
Why do you?
Listen, do I have a problem with elves?
Yep.
You see what I am?
Indeed. You look like an elf.
Yes. Why would I have problems with elves?
Well, it's quite a big assumption I'd have to make of you that all elves think alike and get along then. I know a few neighbors I've had that I'd rather stab than look at again. And they're human. Just because they're human, does that mean I have to get along with them? Or should I assume that you're an elf and you like all elves?
You know what? Fair point.
Alright.
I'll give you that one. He goes back to drinking. You kind of gained some respect for.
Well.
No, that's a halfling. I'm fine with halfling.
Oh, yeah.
If you're, yeah, he said halfling, not human. Sorry. Misspoke.
We figured it out.
Yeah.
What you meant.
In my head, I heard halfling. Well, if you're needing anything else or looking for work around town, I know a few people who might need something or another. Just let
Would
me
you
know.
know anybody who needs a doctor?
Doctor. Maybe. Not immediately, no, but one of the fellas, Hurry. Yep, his name's Hurry. Don't know what the hell his parents are thinking. Anyway, strange kid. He claims to be a merchant, but doesn't sell much. Lost his son. Don't know if he ever found him or not, but you know, he might need a doctor if he did, I suppose. Depending on the state of him. Other than that, nah. Pretty quaint little, happy little town we've got. And he says that, but there's a bit of like a deadpan look on his face.
Kind of figured.
Mythian starts are Jay. Something's off.
And I speak in Elven. Oh, I know there's something off. We should start searching tomorrow.
Some fancy words you're using there. Sounds nice and flowy like.
Yeah, my friend here can only speak Elven.
Yep, looks like an elf too.
And I say, I think we might want to stay near our caravan for tonight, just in case.
I signed. I was planning on it.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, he begins to wander off, seeing you guys are talking to each other in a language he can't see. He can't understand.
And I look at Wiz, Drix, and Sin. Would you guys like to, Sin and... No, just Drix, actually, because You said Sin and Wiz can understand Elven, right?
Yeah, they both can understand Elven.
All right, then I just say to Drix, Drix, would you like to stay in the caravan with us? There's something about this town that has me and Neth a bit on edge.
Well, I mean, they look to be a little bit in the sticks, but it seem like nice enough so far. I'll probably stay here tonight. I mean, I got to do some trading anyway, so try and find what they call a market and do what I can. Probably chat with our little friend over there, and strike up a conversation of the like later.
All right.
I'll be all right.
Well, just make sure you come to us as fast as you can if something happens, yeah?
Of course, of course.
All right.
Fizz, in this time, you have accumulated a small crowd. It's about 30 or so people who have wandered from their homes in the surrounding area and have all kind of formed a half circle around you with your back to the sea. And you get done with like a song and lots of claps go out. One man shouts, "Who are you?"
Why, I'm glad you asked. My name is Frederick Ericaz the Wondrous, and I will be continuing to perform this evening at the cup.
The Pilgrim Cup.
The Pilgrim Cup. Man, my memory's bad. The Pilgrim Cup. Yes, that is where I'll be this evening. And perhaps you would like to join me there now.
You hear one man turn to like his friend and, "Hey, go tell the boys. We got an entertainer in town." And then one turns off and leaves. And then others are like, "Oh yeah, let's go, more, play more."
What did he call him? An entertainer?
Entertainer.
Yeah.
I thought he said entertainer, which would have been really cool.
That would have been awesome.
So I'll return to the bar. You guys are probably leaving at this point, or are you still in the bar?
Still in the bar.
Yeah. So returning with my newfound friends.
So Fizz, like a herder with his flock of sheep, comes strolling into this little rundown tavern.
What's that?
And it is suddenly packed.
Yeah. Stop that, Jace. Yeah, it smells good. I like it. Sorry about that.
No worries. So yes, the tavern becomes packed as a few dozen people crowd in. Not even all of them can fit in comfortably, and you see some peeking in through the windows.
Nithiarn will work her way out the door.
Yeah, it's that like crowded bar feeling.
Yeah. I'll step outside.
Mm-hmm.
And off to the side. Actually, gonna look around a little bit more. You said you're right on the edge of the water, and there's a beach.
Yep.
I might actually walk down towards the beach.
Okay, it's not very far from where you are. Only, less than 100 or so feet based on the Pilgrim Cup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I imagine it's like right on the edge of the beach.
Yep.
Just kind of walking down a little side thing towards it.
Yep. To both the north and south, it rises up into cliff sides that overhang the edge. And there's really only like a little mouth where the water touches the beach. It's still probably a good, mile or so stretch of beach up and down, but
yeah.
I'm gonna look over the crowd that's coming inside
Mhm.
and see if there's, since they're closer to me now, see if there's anything medically
Okay.
that might be odd about them.
Yep. Gonna roll a heal check. RJ, you see a number of them are a little on the underfed side. People are generally thin, a little gaunt. No one's really wearing anything you would even call middle class clothing. It's all on the low to poor side of things. And there's maybe, one or two people that you see have some like cold sores or, some sort of maybe small sickness in general. Like a bad cough kind of thing, or but nothing other than that sort of status.
All right.
When I get down to the beach, I'm just gonna kind of, because I'm always barefoot, of course, walk into the sand, feel the sand, and kind of look at the water, just kind of see if there's anything off about it, or if it just looks like it's regular fresh water.
Looks like regular fresh water.
Okay. It's just kind of see if it's clear, if there's any fish in the water, that kind of things. Birds around the land side.
Okay.
Just observing the surroundings in general.
Yeah, there's a few birds that are perched on the cliff sides nearby. You can see there's some birds out over the water's edge that are diving at the water or whatever may be there. And as you kind of get to the edge of the water itself, you can see up to the north. It's not even accessible from the actual beach, but you can see that dock that extends out into the water. And it looks, as you look at the edge of the cliffside, there's a switchback staircase that seems to have been carved out of the cliff's stone itself that leads up to the top of the cliff.
That's to the north?
Mm-hmm. And you see that there are 3 ships docked. One smaller one, and then 2 bigger ones that look somewhat similar.
Okay. Taking that all in, then I'll just stay there for a while. While everybody does whatever.
Yep. And the water's clear, and you can tell by the smell, and maybe even if you taste it or look at it more closely, it is fresh water.
Is
Lake,
there anybody
lake
else
water.
on the Is there anybody else on the beach?
No.
Looking up and down, there's really nobody else all around?
No, not really.
There's people around the tavern.
Oh yeah, there's quite the crowd gathering around the outside of the tavern.
Okay. That's it.
All right,
I
Taween.
mess with the water a little bit and just kind of.
Yeah, it's refreshing. It's cool. Taween, how do you handle it when the bar begins to fill up? An overcrowd.
We would finish his drink
Mm-hmm.
and then be like, too crowded. Not fan of lots of people. RJ, I'm going to cart.
All right. Well, I'll see you soon.
Wizard says, "Yeah, I'm gonna come with you. Hold on."
All right.
And he downs his drink and makes his way out with you.
Let Fizz have his fun. He bitch didn't complain enough. And then me and Wizroom would make our way.
Yep. RJ, Sin stays behind with you, and he just, I'll stick with you.
All right. Would you like to come back to the cart, or should we get a room here?
Wherever you're gonna stay, I'll hang out.
All right. I think we should start heading back to the cart. If something happens, we can come rushing back.
Yeah,
that
sounds nice.
And I go up to Fizz and I say, "Watch out for when he's alone."
Not possible.
Or when I can talk to him. Anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He finishes a song and there's again echoing into the bar.
And before the encore, I go up. It's like, watch over Drix if you're gonna get a room here. We're gonna go back to the caravan.
Indeed. Consider it done, my friend.
No, right. Then me and Sin start heading back. And I go, Sin, have you ever heard of... I was looking through my... some of my texts, and have you ever heard of an elixir that's... And I start babbling about how some potions can be put on continuously, just to make small talk that way.
Oh, okay.
Let me know if I see anybody heading out or not. If not,
I mean, yeah, you would see Tawin and Wizrun come out as a pair and start to head off, and then, less than 5 minutes later, RJ and Sin come out as a pair and start to head off.
Yeah, I'll catch up to him. Shouldn't take very long to catch up to RJ.
No. And Sin kind of, engages you in that conversation on the idea of elixirs and their longer lasting properties. But he doesn't seem to know too much in that respect of things. But he does make like a couple of recommendations on curative types of plants to look out for.
Sweet. We should, one of these times when we're out camping, we should go search for some of these plants.
Yes, that could be fun. Kind of like a scavenger hunt.
Oh.
That would be nice.
And by the way, I've noticed that, or I've been reading that, and I remember reading in a book that there's my curing formulas are divine in nature, or not divine. Can you explain why some plants have the magic of certain schools in them?
Well,
It's mostly just to try to keep Sin's mind off whatever might be lingering on it.
mm-hmm. Yeah, and he says, well, a lot of plants, well, and even animals, and even the wind, it all carries with it aspects of nature. The wind is air, the fire of the campfire is heat and light. The waters that rain down are brought by the air and the power of air itself. And when the snows come in the winter, it is the influence of the power of ice that allows it to be such. It is simple in these things that what we call unliving, right? A rock is the reflection of earth. But when we talk of a living being, and plants are living beings, it is more complicated than that. Plants are simpler than you or I, but they still hold many intricacies. They use the light of the sun. They feel the fire of the warmth. They react to the cold of the winters. They take in the waters of the air, and they take in these different aspects that exist and make something of their own of it.
Yeah. No, that's the reason why I can only get curing. The best time to get curing plants are during springtime, I guess.
Waters are very healing. Water brings life, it helps it circulate, it flows. All living things need to drink water. And so in spring, when the waters are vast and flowing, it is also when plants like that tend to show.
I have to experiment with some other seasons then, and not just plants and ingredients. It sounds like.
Yes, you should. There are many interesting combinations that can be found. And sometimes things that seem to even oppose each other sometimes strengthen each other.
You should look over my formula book one day and just give me some pointers that I might not have thought.
I might be able to give you a different point of view. I don't know that all of
new
that,
points of views are always good.
all that those numbers and stuff, and you know the proportions. That doesn't really mean anything to me, but the essence
Well, I'll
of what's
explain the
there.
proportions and stuff, but I'm talking about how they interact with each other.
Perhaps, yes, that might be nice. So you guys have that chit chat on the way back.
Yep.
And everybody pretty much makes their way back out to the carriage, except for Drix and Fizz. Drix just kind of slinks off and does his own thing. Fizz, do you pretty much just keep your charade up the whole night?
Yeah.
Okay. So, a couple of things you notice. Two things you very distinctly notice because of how you've already set yourself up to handle this and what you try and do. A, nobody's buying drinks. And B, nobody's tipping. Other than that, they are enjoying the hell out of your performance and continue to urge you forward with jokes and performances and dance or anything and everything else that you do.
Okay, so with that in mind, like I'll keep performing, but I'm probably not gonna stay there. I'll go back to the caravan.
Can't wait till we hear the story though. When he gets back.
And when you leave Fizz, there's a large group of people that like follow you partly through town. And many people are asking, when are you back next? When are you playing tomorrow? Will you teach me?
we shall see. I'm not entirely how long we'll be in town for. We are looking to hire a boat, so or a ship, not a boat, a ship.
Go big or go home, right?
Mhm.
Well, I don't want one of these guys to be like, "Oh, I have a boat you can borrow," and it's like a little dingy rowboat.
Poorly made that has a hole in it that you have to.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a sense motive, actually.
Can I roll that if I'm not trained in it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
To give you a heads up,
Mm-hmm.
on stuff no on for him, anything that you can't roll without a skill rank. Oh no, everything that you can roll without a skill rank has a dot by it
Oh, okay.
on the skill list. Anything that you need to have a skill rank in doesn't. I think that's how that goes. Maybe not.
Asterisk.
Asterisk.
Oh, it's the asterisk. Gotcha.
The asterisk on the
Dot-
left.
The dot
Okay.
is what you take if you were wearing armor. You take a. That's what the dot is.
Yeah. So, Fizz, when you mention that you want a ship, there's this general air of the people. There's a shift in the mood, right? The excitement kind of dies out a bit. A lot of people begin filtering off after you make that statement. And then a few more ask, like, when you're playing next. But then they depart. And you find your way back to the carriage.
Ugh, man. Oh boy. Those, like, man. I really thought I had a really good crowd going, and they were a really good crowd. So I mean, I didn't immediately stop playing. Didn't want to get them angry either. But man, they were not buying drinks or tipping anything, and so that was less than ideal for me this evening.
Oh.
Oh,
Yes.
I guess would Drix have come with me when I went to leave
Nope.
or no?
He stayed behind.
Oh, I think I'm gonna go stay at the inn with Drex if you're gonna stay by the caravan, Fizz.
Ah, I did say that I would stay.
It's
with
fine.
Drix, so I forgot about it. I'll go back.
It's fine. I can go stay in the inn.
I sign. I sign before you leave.
Hmm?
I saw the ship. I saw the ship. Ships.
Oh?
Oh, you know the crowd. You know they kept following me as I was coming back towards the caravan, but as soon as I mentioned those ships, man, they just did not seem happy about it.
I could
A lot of
probably
people
see
left.
why.
How'd you know that? That's what I said, Fizz.
Oh, yeah.
No, I assume RJ repeated it. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
And RJ, after repeating it, says, "You think those ships might belong to that Lord Aethys person?
there's
From the Dreets?"
there's a path up the cliff. Only way to get to ships is from there.
And it sounds like it's the Dreets, and I think I might know why they might have acted that way, Fizz. I don't think they have any money.
Well, why would they have a tavern if they didn't have any money?
In case travelers come by, I guess. And I think the Dreets might have a stranglehold on the economy here. There's a lot of people in the town seemed malnourished, and a bit worn down from something. And it's not a sickness. I know that much.
So
I'm gonna head back to the inn just to keep Drix as safe as I can.
quick question. When we were coming in, we saw this like nicer part of town, right?
It's it's like a walled off section on the hillside.
Does it did it look like there was more than just like one building in it?
It looked like there was one big building, and then maybe a couple of much smaller buildings on the premise.
That's good enough. You know, maybe these people have a tavern inside their little wall that would be better situated to my talents.
I wouldn't know.
Yes, I know you wouldn't know. So I will join you and speak with the bartender at the tavern.
Sure.
Just for a
Perhaps it would be more comfortable for Drix as well to be there.
Sure.
Just for imagery, I picture me and Wizroon in the background, and Tywin has his knife again, and he's like,
Do I do it now? Now?
Do I cut?
Right now.
How about now?
Wizard just like face palms and like, it's not gonna work, but if you're gonna do it, get it over with and get it out of your system so you can learn this small verbal phrase first.
Man, you're almost having as bad as a time with Wizard as I'm having trying to learn sign language.
But I bet you're looking forward to taking a night off of it.
Oh yeah.
But no, that would be that's just something I want to add to the conversation. Just in the Tywin has his knife again. Talking to Wizroon.
So, RJ, Fizz, you're heading back to the Pilgrim and Cup?
Yep,
Yeah.
but before I leave, I tell Neth to watch for everybody.
Are you
Yes.
going before it hits evening? I mean, you weren't in town very long, and it takes maybe 25 minutes or so to get across town itself.
Yep, before it hits
As soon
evening.
as I realized that I forgot about Drix, and we'd have our little discussion, I'm heading back.
Okay. So you guys head back, and you get more looks in general. Like, Fizz has already kind of made a statement here in town, and you get a couple of people that come back up to you and are like, "Are you playing again?"
No, I've unfortunately I forgot my friend in the tavern.
Oh. All right.
Going to make sure he's okay.
Oh, I'm sure he's fine. But I'll stop by later. Maybe you'll play then.
Perhaps.
Okay. And he turns and moves off back to whatever he was doing.
Quite popular, aren't you?
Yes. Perhaps too popular.
Isn't that something that you want to be?
I mean, yes, but I would like to get paid as well.
So, you guys make your way back to the Pilgrim and Cup. You see Drix still sitting there at the table. It's only been like an hour. He's got like 4 cups in front of him at this point.
I know there's a drinking thing in Pathfinder.
There is. He's drunk.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get a number of drinks equal to your Constitution modifier before it matters, and then after, like, if you have a +2 con mod, the first 2 are free. After that, you start fort saving with an increasing difficulty.
No, it's if I remember right, isn't it every 6 con you have, you get 1 free drink. Anything after 6, you need anything more than that, then you start taking. You have to do a DC save or something like that.
I don't know, but But yeah, so Drix is about 4 in. He's clearly drunk, red cheeked, kind of hand on his chin.
Everything all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Relaxing.
I see that.
What are you all doing?
Well, Fizz here wants to see if he can play up in that walled part of town. And I'm here just to keep you company.
We should do a duet up there, or a concert, or whatever you call it when more than one person plays with another person. Well, maybe tomorrow though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a bit of a buzz going. I'll go over to the bartender.
Welcome back.
Oh, yes, it is good to be back. So, this walled location part of the city,
Mm-hmm.
looks pretty interesting to me. Like, do they have additional taverns in there, or other, like, who all is up there?
Well, no taverns in there. Mine's the only one in town. But that would be the Dreet Mansion and their compound. They have a number of people that live and work up there, and there's places, and perhaps they'd enjoy your instrument and playing. They are wonderful people, and you will enjoy it greatly up there.
Who believes that?
Fizz believes that.
Well, do the people that work up there eventually come down maybe to your tavern for a few beers after work, or?
Not really, no. Not many people really visit my tavern. I mostly drink it myself. It's more of my personal share, but I'm willing to sell it.
I see. Well, how much for do you have rooms or no?
I got the shack next door. You can stay there if you're looking for a place to sleep. But this building is this room.
Ugh. I'm gonna take a look at Drix. Do I feel like me and RJ could maybe haul his ass back to the cart, or no?
I mean, it may take longer than the route's already proven to take, but probably.
Okay. Well, let me speak to my friends, and we'll consider it.
Of course.
I'll walk over.
Word of
over to the
advice
table.
before you go.
Yes.
You go and see the Dreets. Just remember, they're good people.
Hint.
Okay. Oh, I forgot one more thing. I mentioned to some of the town folk that we were our group that just got into town was looking to hire a ship. And they all seem pretty downtrodden at that idea. What was that all about?
Well, if you're fancying around with the ships, you got no business with them.
I see. Okay. Thank you for your time.
As much as you need.
Strolls over to. Yep.
And
Go ahead.
he just said, as much as you need.
Okay. Fizz will stroll back over to the table with RJ and Drix and sit down, and then we'll whisper. So, guys, turns out the only room they have is that lovely little shack that's just outside the building. We might have to help Drix back to the caravan.
You mean you're gonna have to help Drix back to the caravan? I look up.
I mean,
You
I
know, I
suppose.
can hear y'all. I'm right here.
Oh no, RJ's not whispering.
Yes, I know that you're right there, Drix. I'm actually including you in this conversation.
Oh, all right. Well, you were talking all quiet.
Well, I was trying to be polite, to be honest, but I think we might have, and in a softer tone, I think we might have a better bed at the caravan.
All right. Sounds
Shall-
good.
Okay. Shall we return to the caravan?
Yeah.
Would you
Will
like to
help.
Drix?
Huh?
And I asked Drix, do you want to buy one of their barrels of ale before we leave?
Oh, I had a chat with the little fella while y'all were gone. We got an arrangement scheduled. I'm doing some delivery tomorrow.
All right.
I work fast.
Noticed. You
gotta
Well, that's a
put
good thing.
business first.
That's what we that was the arrangement that we had with you, right? You keep our caravan running and you can do whatever you need to do for your
Yep. And
yeah.
yeah, he's drunk enough. And yeah. I gotta sell the special goods.
Oh.
Always gotta look for the special goods.
I think we have to talk about these special goods. But somewhere with less prying ears.
Yes, actually. I do still have a nice bottle of wine back at the caravan.
Oh, sounds wonderful.
Perhaps we could continue this conversation over a glass of wine when we return to the caravan.
Let's have some wine and sing some songs around the campfire. We're making a fire, right? We gotta have a campfire.
Yes.
We're camping.
It would be a cold night if there was no campfire, I think.
Away we go then. Good night, Mr. Holmes. I will be back tomorrow. The halfling just nods. Good night, sir. And slowly, he's not so blasted that he can't walk. But it's more the fact that he gets distracted. But eventually, you make it back to the carriage yet again.
Upon which you see Nithyarn going through her maneuvers. Very active, but just normal, at normal pace. Trying out all kinds of different kinds of weapons.
Cool. Sitting by the fire, I'll go pop that bottle of wine or a couple glasses. And so, Drix, you'll have to tell us about these special items that you always are keeping an eye out for.
Well, while you're getting that prepared and asking that question, Nithyarn.
Yep.
You're practicing and dancing around the way you do. One of the dogs has decided this is a form of play.
That's fine. That'll be a challenge.
And is kind of
I'll
like
use that.
dancing and running around you, and like, it thinks you're playing with it.
Which is fine.
Like you'll do like a 6 or 7 quick step that way, and it'll like run and keep running, and it turns around and you're dancing back the other way, and it sprints and skids around it, and it's just having a fun time.
Yep, and I will take advantage of that. I'll actually use it as part of my enhancement to my maneuvers. Kind of the way I again, it's more like a dance and salams and all that kind of stuff.
It's easier to practice dodging something when something's sprinting at you.
Exactly, exactly. Which I don't think I'll have any problem, since I'm pure defensive right now. There's no way I'm trying to attack anything.
And it's not like seriously trying to attack you either, or anything like that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's good. I like that.
So as you pour the wine, and you say your line about the special goods and such, Hendrix just says, sometimes things are hard to find, and he takes a drink, and you gotta find them. Yep.
Could you give us an example of such wares?
Find herbal medicines, sleep aids, sometimes wine, stuff like that.
That could be useful.
Roll sense motive.
Both of us?
Yeah, you're both in this conversation.
Nah, I believe him.
It's not it's not about whether or not you believe them, but yeah.
I mean, those do sound like special goods.
Yep.
So,
stuff like that.
do you have any of these special items currently in stock?
I got a little bit of some stuff. What ails you?
I don't know.
Fizz is haggling with our caravan master, I'm gonna go to the dogs and start playing with them.
Okay. What?
I didn't realize that we had a store of wine. If there's wine on.
Well, I mean, I don't really have wine per se, but
No.
you know, if you have trouble sleeping, let me know. Or
Well,
or if you need to spruce your day up.
pursue deal.
Yeah.
Tell me more about this sleep aid that you sell.
Oh, I
Or
mean,
have.
I don't really sell it. I'm no merchant or vendor, but I trade for things that are helpful from time to time. But yeah, I mean, if you need it, then
It's got a little side business going.
Well, I'm just kind of curious as to how fast acting it is.
let's
Or
Give
do
me-
you mean
give
that
me-
you don't
huh?
have it and you would find it for me?
No. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. And he goes and he like stumbles into the caravan, into the carriage. You hear him rustling around for a minute. And he comes back out. Fizz.
Yes.
Let's go for a walk. I need to stretch my
Okay.
legs.
You've seen Fizz.
I'll go for a walk with Drix.
Fizz gets a crippling addiction.
Well, he could be selling like roofies, basically, right? Like,
So it sounds like.
Yep.
yes, it does.
So you guys go on a walk. He's a little stumbly, but he's just man, it's a nice night. It's fine. It's nice to finally not be on the road, that's for sure.
Yep.
And to see other
hear ya.
faces.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. Yep. I like to go on my evening walks too. And let's just climb up the hill a little there. Get a nice view of town.
Okay.
You guys walk for about 10 or 15 minutes. He's relatively quiet. You guys get a little up the hillside that came down into town itself. And he finds a nice seat and plops down and nice, fresh water air. So you can just feel how much more moist it is. It's kind of nice.
Mm-hmm. It is.
And he pulls
Nice
out a pipe.
breeze.
You made that fire earlier with all them crates a week or so back, right? I saw it happen.
Yes, I did.
Great.
Do you need your pipe lit?
That would be phenomenal.
I'll cast spark. So move my hand over the pipe and
Mhm.
utter a few magical words and light his pipe for him.
He takes a couple puffs and passes it to you.
What? Are you smoking?
Okay.
Come on. You're there. You got to do it.
Do it. Do it.
Peer pressure.
Yeah. Without even really worrying about what's potentially in the fizz, will take a couple drags.
Okay. All right. So you begin to just chit chat about whatever the road. He's talking about his plans for. I'm gonna make I don't know from the looks of it how much food that I'll be getting here in town. I saw your performance earlier. That was quite nice. So I will say.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how much extra food there is going to be going around. Hopefully, maybe we'll be able to find maybe a place that's more well stocked inside those walls. But we might have to just deal with the lord of the land directly.
Yep, yep. Well, if y'all do go on up there, and he's got like goods for trade and stuff, let me know and I'll reach out. I don't know that it's my place to initiate that, but
Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely let you know. And if they do, I'll definitely ask for you while we're there. If they'd be interested in doing a little bit of trade with you.
make a fortitude save.
Define.
Oof.
Oof.
Fail. If it's a 10, check.
You get very, very relaxed. Everything just seems alright. Everything's gonna be alright. And
All right.
alright. And
Mhm.
you might find things a little funnier than normal. You have just smoked Flayleaf
Toasted.
and are now high.
Sweet.
Mechanically, not that it's going to matter, you have a +2 alchemical bonus on saving throws against mind-affecting effects right now for an hour. You're also fatigued for the next hour. And again, won't matter because you're going to rest tonight anyway, but you take 1 point of wisdom damage as your sensibilities drop slightly. You don't need to put that down because it'll fall off by the time morning comes, but
But if you make me roll anything related to hour while I'm talking to Drix, 'tis important.
indeed. That's true. That's true. And he says, "Yep, I like to have a little of this each night, and it takes the edge off the day."
I can see why.
Mm-hmm. You got that warm feeling, don't you?
Yeah.
Yep. There's other things too, but I don't got much else right now. It was a nice side business dealing with Tylen Ure back in the day when I did that.
Mm.
Yep.
Um.
More that can cross them borders than just elves and half-elf slaves.
Yeah. So that's for, if I know, is this substance banned in Opportunity? like illegal or controlled?
Not to your knowledge.
You mentioned-
Not
Yeah.
many substances are controlled in that way in Opportunity. Then again,
Okay.
substances outside the realm of common things are pretty uncommon in general.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
At least to just the normal everyday person.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, this is very nice, Drix, but and it is pretty relaxing. But I I was kind of hoping you'd have some sort of sleeping potion.
I mean,
You know, I've found in the past that there's sometimes they can be useful when you're in a pinch. Not everybody recognizes them for what they are.
oh, you're meaning like giving people something they don't know they're drinking kind of way.
Hmm. No, just slip. Well, kind of slipping a drink to a guard to sort of get by a locked gate or guarded gate or what have you.
Well, it's worth a bit, but if you ever really need something like that, I got one bit of stuff that I keep for an occasion.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty low on funds right now, but I'll keep that in mind.
It's yeah. It's a nice little tea that'll whisk them on off to their dreams.
Nice.
Yeah. So with that,
Next,
huh?
roll the black.
Yep, you guys get nice and toasty out on the hillside and eventually come back to camp nice and blazed. Anything else anyone else is getting up to in the evening?
Nope.
All
Play
right.
with the dogs and keep Sin's mind occupied.
Okay. So, next morning comes. The day is yours. It's nice, sunny day. A little warm, but there's a coolness in the breeze that comes from the lake that helps offset that a bit. Not much cloud cover. Hasn't rained for the last week or so.
So I'll go when RJ gets up, because I'll probably be up first. I don't do a whole lot of sleeping.
Hmm.
When he gets up, start signing. Might want to be careful. I'm thinking when we go meet the Dreets.
Yeah, are we gonna go meet the Dreets?
We want a ship.
Yeah. Alright, well, I think Fizz was talking about that. I think we might want to let him. What do you think of letting him take the lead on this one? I'm not too good with. No. Are they nobles? He is Lord, isn't he?
Don't look at me.
Anybody can be call themselves a lord.
That's true. Could I be Lord Reginald?
Don't
Works
look
for
at
me.
me. I don't even like humans. I'm not talking to them.
Are you asking that in general in common to everyone?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Do you own any land? That seems to be the primary prerequisite.
I technically own a piece of land back in my home village.
Well, then that's good enough for me, Lord Reginald. Valiant sir of the gnomes.
It doesn't sound good with my name.
King of the gnomes, then?
Oh, I prefer Doctor, I think. Dr. Reginald is good.
Dr. Lord General of the Gnome West or East. Is it East? I think it's East. East!
You do know that most gnomes are nomadic, yeah?
Sorry, you do know that it cut out.
Oh, you know that most gnomes are nomadic, yeah?
Oh, nomadic. Ah! Yes, nomadic. That means you travel a lot, right?
Most gnomes did.
Gypsy
I
King, Lord Reginald of the Gnomes, then.
I'm not very integrated with most gnome societies, though, Phil. I think people would be quite offended by that if I took that.
Well, whatever suits yourself.
Anyways, well, you wanted to go meet the Dreets yesterday, right? Would you like to go today?
I mean, they seem like the people in charge. I think we're gonna have to deal with them to get any sort of supplies or the ship that we want.
Yeah. And I actually, let me take a quick check. And I take out the map.
Mm-hmm.
How far does it look it would take to get to the anchor point?
Well, you know that the journey from Opportunity to Formarion took about 21 days. And based on the map's calculation and such, you know that that was around 500 miles of travel. Without being entirely certain of how fast a ship goes, it could be anywhere from a week to 2 weeks. But it almost certainly is, at least to get there, is less time than it took to get from Opportunity to Formarion.
Alright, yeah. I think we need a proper ship and not just old dinghy. It's gonna take us at least a week, maybe? Depending, or maybe more. Fizz, have you ever ridden a ship? How fast do they?
I've never been on a ship before. I'm very excited to be on one, though. New experiences. They're great for your body and mind.
Ships
I've never
are
seen
rather
a source of it.
fast. Sin
And
speaks
this
up.
is...
Yep.
Oh. How long do you think it would take to get to the anchor point here? On an average ship, do you think?
My guess, a seaworthy vessel, or in this case, lake-worthy vessel, I suppose. Provided the winds are favoring us, we should be able to cross the lake, based on your map there, of course. I would imagine somewhere between 8 to 10 days, maybe 11, depending on the ship. Yeah, it's yes.
Okay. That's good. There is one thing I want to discuss with everybody. There is a town out west that has been stricken by some type of disease. I was hoping if we could, if we had time and if people wanted to, if we could go there. I just want to check what type of disease it is and see if there might be something that might connect it to a problem I've had since the start of this journey.
How dreadful. Well, I mean, are they letting people leave this city, or like how bad is it? Do you know?
Well, from what house, right? The halfling
Home.
home.
Oh,
From what Holmes said, they're not allowing anybody who came west to come back into here. So
hmm. Maybe we should acquire, and then we could see if we could go there and come back on the boat. Because if they're watching the road, I mean, it's easy to watch a road. It's hard to watch this giant, enormous lake that we're on.
all right, that sounds like a plan to me.
My word, wherever the caravan goes, like
And I look at Neth to see her reaction.
She's kind of just thinking, studying, kind of like just kind of a pause stare. Not sure, but we have time to discuss.
Okay. And I look at the other people in the caravan.
Wizard just sort of shrugs. I mean, I've got nowhere better to be. Whatever you guys decide. Sin just says, well, I mean, I'd like to get. I think riding a ship would be nice. We'll find time, I'm sure.
What do we do with the caravan?
A ship should be big enough for the caravan, I think.
At the very least, we would be able to transport all of our stuff onto. We probably could pay to store the caravan for.
Well, also, if y'all are gonna go on a boat or something, I mean, I could always hang behind and keep it running and stuff, and do some more trading. If Sin says y'all are gonna be gone for a couple weeks, I might be able to go to some nearby little hamlets or something, move some goods around for some people.
Well, that sounds good. I just thought
Um,
that you might want to join us on the ship as well.
I mean, sailing seems fun and all, but the carriage is my baby. If there's time to run her, then I could make use of the time. Plus, I've
All right.
never been on anything bigger than a river, so I don't know how a lake. I can't see the other side of this lake.
All right, Drex. All right, Drex. Well, you can't let an opportunity pass you by, right?
Yeah.
All right, Fez.
Plus,
Take
I
us.
keep her safe.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, Fez. Take us to.
What did you talk to Wizrun and
Yep.
Sin?
Okay. Okay, well, just give me a sec to change into more court appropriate clothing.
Looking at it, I think we might not want to go as a group. We have a very eclectic mix of people that might. And after saying that, I look at how we might intimidate them.
I'll sign. You sure that's safe?
That's true.
I I could also help with a bit of magic, says
Oh.
Vizrun. If you want, similar to what Fizz here does with his clothes, I could make one of you appear differently for a limited time.
Well, I mean, if we're talking about making people look different, I do have this, and Fizz pulls out his cap of.
I'll be right back.
His skull cap of many facades. I mean, this will let somebody, for the most part, just change how they look. So, I mean, if you want to look like a weak little human to confuse and confound people when you start hitting things, if that's the sort of thing we're worried about. But personally, I don't think people are too. I didn't see any nasty looks yesterday from people.
You want me to look like human?
No, I think you look fine.
Anyways, the hat of disguise can only make me look. You can't change your race. It can only make you look like someone else of the same. Trust me, I know that hat very. I had one with a different character, but Tywin doesn't. I'm okay with looking weaker, but not a fan of looking like human.
I'll wait till Miguel gets back, but
You could appear as another subtype in your race. So
Yeah.
A wild elf could look like a Vif, for example, if you knew what one looked like, which you, I guess, have a vague reference of, but...
I would say because of the text says you could add or obscure a minor feature, like an entirely different person, or I'd say you would be able to hide your pointed ears, but you wouldn't be able to change your height.
Or like the more angular cheek structure type stuff, and the like lithe body build the elf has. Like, there's a number of features.
Yeah.
That kind of makes an elf stand a little bit distinct. You might fool a common person, especially if you can hide the ears alone.
Yeah.
Like, if we remember what we used to do.
But you'd still be like abnormally tall for a person.
Yeah. I know how the hat works. Because with Oztook, he was a red skinned tiefling. I would whenever I put the hat, I would have it so that he would still look like a tiefling, but he would hide his, because he would just make the hat big enough, and then he would just change the skin color to be. So he still looked like a tiefling. He just hid the parts better. Wear a big old samurai. That covered half his face. He still has that hat.
Well, I guess, yeah. So, Sin also says, we paused while you stepped away.
Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Sin also says, I would like to join you, if possible. in your meeting.
All right.
I'll sign. If we really are going to hire a ship from them, we might as well go direct to them. What about the dogs?
I think the dogs. I'll look at Drex. Would you like to keep the dogs company while we're on our ship?
Oh, hell. I had a dog once.
I don't know if will he be able to. That'd be the question.
Yeah, I mean, I can keep him with me.
All right. Well, and I look at the dogs, and I cast speak with animals. It's like, we're gonna go out on a ship. I think it's best if you stay with Drex.
Master, go.
Some of us go, but we'll come back.
Rex, go with you.
Just Drex, or is everyone coming? I look at all the other dogs.
I come, I come, I come.
And nope, looks like the dogs are coming with us on.
Can't leave Master. Master not safe.
Well,
Might get lost.
okay, well,
Might leave dogs.
I mean,
Dogs were left. Like the dog's just like barking over every time Fist tries to talk.
I mean, I don't think we're gonna be immediately setting out today. I can't imagine they'd have a ship just ready for us to go. I mean, could be
No.
wrong, but
3 of them.
I've never been on a ship before. They seemed pretty big though, so it's gotta take some time to pack up and get ready to go.
Probably, and I'm most likely be.
Yeah.
Oh, talking about crystals, and I take out the Paragon and spin it real quick.
Mm-hmm. It lands northwest.
What would that be pointing to from where we're at the campsite? Towards the keep, or the back towards the mountains, towards northwest?
Isn't it pointed?
Yeah, north side of the lake.
That would point in the direction of the manor, wherever that direction is,
Okay,
which is northeast. It's
northwest.
yeah.
Okay.
It points toward the north side of town.
So the
Interesting.
down
along that
world map?
axis. No.
No. Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
it is.
Okay, I see. No, I was just. Yeah.
Yeah, like in that direction from where you guys are.
Yeah. Okay. No, that makes sense now that I look closer at the road.
I would say, let's go expecting anything, prepared for anything, expect the best, hope for the best, and prepare for everything.
But remember, they're good people. With the most sarcastic voice ever.
They're humans.
Yep.
They can't be that
They are good people. I haven't met them yet.
And
but-
for Neth, I move my fingers. Good people.
Agree. Don't know what we're gonna run into.
Wait, am I changing form or not?
I don't think we need to bother with that.
We might want to
Alright.
change. So we are. No. I don't know. We'll see. I think we should be fine with 3 humans coming with us.
Alright.
But considering where we are, Fizz might want to be the one speaking to them. I don't think they'd see me as more than a servant or a slave. I'm not too sure in this area.
I'm fine. I don't want to talk to them anyway.
So before, when I mentioned changing into more courtly clothes, I'm in like clothes that would be appropriate for an entertainer at court,
Okay.
not a like lord or somebody like that. Like, so it's nicer clothes than normal people and normal entertainers, but
Mm-hmm.
not as fancy as a lord or lady. Well, off to their keep, to the manor. It was called a manor, I believe. So, I mean, you built a wall around something. Should probably call it a keep, but
They call it a compound.
compound.
Excellent.
That reminds me a little bit too much of prison. So let's just call it a manor.
I bet the prison is in.
Huh?
I bet a prison is in there.
Probably.
So, as you guys head out, there's a path that, as you go a little bit towards town, you swerve off to the right. And then there's a winding path that heads up the side of the hill, up the valley, to where the edge of this wall is. And you can see the gate from down here. It's right up against the edge, where it starts to climb. And the group of you make your way up there, and you can see the wall is a stone wall as you get closer. It is made of these very large stone bricks. And the gate itself is bars of wrought iron with other crossbars. And you can see as you guys get closer, there's what seems to be a man standing somewhere near the inside, just kind of in a position waiting.
Hello, my good sir. It is a fine day today, this morning.
Good evening, travelers.
Evening?
Evening?
Morning, sorry. Good morning, travelers. How may I help you or be of assistance?
Well, my name is Frederick Irikaz the Wondrous, grand performer. These are my companions. We are a troop of traveling adventurers. And we are seeking to hire a ship so that we may go have an expedition on the lake.
All right. Frederick Icaraz the Wondrous and party. I will inform the masters of the mansion of your arrival. Wait here, and if they accept your audience, I will let you in when I return.
I am going. I would like to shake the man's hand to thank him.
He is on
and
the other
slip
side
him
of the
in a-
gate.
Oh, he's on the other side of the gate. Damn it! Well, thank you. We will await your return. If, please, I would be more than happy to provide my services to entertain the good Lord.
I will pass
As well.
the message along. And without giving his name or anything of that nature, this man, who is balding on the top of his head and has graying brown hair, he's wearing these thin robes that go all the way down to his ankles. They're of this muted gray color. He shuffles back off. And you can see now that you're at the gate and kind of have a view of what's beyond the gate's entrance itself. You can see he's walking down a long cobbled path of finely placed stones within each other. There are rows of rose bushes along either side of this path. You can see off to either sides of the path various trees and attended, curated lawn of sorts. Off in the distance, maybe some 300 feet, you can see where this mansion looms out in that distance. It looks to be a good 4 stories or so. And you can see off to the left side, there's some sort of separate, smaller building as well. And so he shuffles off. About 10 minutes go by. You slowly see him starting to shuffle his way back towards the gate. He is not moving with any amount of haste.
While he's traveling, I'll sign to
Yeah.
to RJ. Quite different than below.
And an Elvin. Yeah, I could see why the townspeople are malnourished.
Not to be trusted.
Trusted enough as a noble, which is about as far as I can throw somebody.
I could throw someone pretty far.
Yeah.
Well, would it depend? Are we throwing you? Because you're rather light, Reginald. And he has like a grin on his face.
Oh, don't punt the gnome.
There's a nice, large hillside here. We could just...
Only if I'm in a barrel.
That could be a fun game.
Gnome tossing, huh?
The gnome roll.
Seeing everybody else chuckling. Ha 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 ha! Yes! Yes! That is funny!
They were just discussing of throwing Reginald. Well, I was, I suppose, off the cliff.
Only in a barrel.
Oh yes, of course. I do that.
Oh, you know Elvin. And I start speaking out. Oh, that's great. We should talk like this more often. It's such a more melodious.
I know, it's hilarious, right? You get back in time.
Downtrodden with what he just said.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So, the guy eventually comes back to the gate. And he just, without a word, comes up to the backside of it. You see there's a section in the center that is solid. He does something to the backside, and then he pulls open the gate. This way. Follow me.
Thank you, my good sir. And now I'll promptly shake his, slip him an orange.
His eyes go a little wide. I can't accept this, and tries to hand it back to you.
I'm going to attempt to appear to take it and slip it back in his pocket.
Sleight of hand.
You rolled in that one. As you slip an orange into his robe pocket.
You condemn this man to death.
Yeah,
And-
we'll be on the gallows tomorrow.
And so he leads you back up towards the mansion itself. And as you get closer, everybody roll a perception check.
Twinsies with Nithirn.
Oh, Halloween's not there.
Oh no, sorry, that's a 13, not a 23. Oops. Oh wait, no. Yes, I rolled a 23. Yes. Twinsies with Nithirn.
I stepped away for a second. For a second.
Perception. Wow, look at all these 23s.
Yeah.
Dang.
Magic number.
RJ, you're missing out.
Yeah, I got 13. It was just one off.
Yeah, I know. You just didn't get the memo.
So as you're getting closer to this mansion, it has what looks to be 4 stories. You can see multiple windows on the outside of this building on either story. It itself is in the shape of like a half circle almost, but not so tight. More like a stretched out U. As this nice front curve to it, and on either end of the curve to your left and right, you can see there are these 2 look to be watchtower-esque looking sections on the ends that rise up much higher than the rest of the building, almost doubling the height of the roof in the midsection. And these 2 towers have it's a strange reflection they have. They have like the light hits them in an odd way, but you can't quite understand why. They look like stone buildings. And you're led up to the front really big arching double doors, and the man pulls the doors or pushes them inward, and you can see this large entry foyer chamber that you enter into. There's one really large staircase that comes up the center of it, and it splits left, right, and straight ahead even higher. And he motions you up towards the staircase itself. As you cross the room, you can see to either side there's an outer hall that kind of on this first floor that runs the curve of the building on that side you approached from, and there are various rooms and doorways that you see it expands off into. The floors themselves are this, it looks like marble. It's got this white stone with the gray like streams of lines that go through it that marble has. There are pillars in this main foyer that hold up a row of balconies that seem to be the second floor itself, and then the middle staircase continues on past the second floor up to the third and what you would also assume to be the fourth. On each subsection, more side splits of staircases and other balconies that you can see almost towering up, and when you look up through it, there's almost this kaleidoscopic view you have that looks like it's some sort of repeating pattern almost. And you see that there are potted flowers hanging about that are, in various stages of bloom and color. And he leads you up all the way up towards the fourth floor, up all sets of stairs, where it ends in another big arched double door of a more interior feel than the thicker one of the exterior building door that you first came through. And he pushes this one open and steps off to the side. The Lord will see you in there. He shall arrive momentarily. Please
Thank you.
enjoy the view and partake in any refreshments that you see on the table.
Excellent. I'll enter.
As you guys enter in, you see he shuts the doors behind you. And in the room, you can see it is a balcony, maybe 40 feet across and 20 feet from you to the other edge. So 40 feet from left to right, and then 20 feet in front of you. And on this space, this floor space itself, you can see on one end there are a number of stone benches that have been placed there in kind of a square U shape, kind of running along the wall and on the side of the balcony. And not the whole space, but it's kind of tucked off in the corner. You can see there's a couple of bookshelves off to the left as well, off to the side of them, closer to the balcony itself. And on the right, you can see there's this grand dining table with multiple chairs down either side, and with a much more ornate chair at the head of it. Stepping a little further into the room, the middle of the floor is very open and clear as well. Stepping into the room, you can see off the edge of the balcony, the back side of the building is this curved section of wall that's the 40 feet wide of this balcony, and it is one with lines of support in between, sheet of glass that goes all the way up and above you on the roof. So you can see the sky, and in this one angle you can see all the way down outside. And just outside this area is this labyrinthine garden behind the building that it overlooks, with the hedges raised really high and some sort of chaotic pattern to it. Below you, the balcony, the curved glass extends. There's like the edge of the balcony and its banister, and another 20 feet or so before this curved glass sheet that makes up the wall itself even, and continues down. And out and looking down, you can see there's a large water-filled basin, a pool, just on the inside of this glass, at the very bottom on the first floor. And it looks like you're looking from the fourth floor all the way down to the first floor off of this balcony, all interior to the building.
Weird.
And that is where we'll leave it till next time.
Nice.
Now we know where all the money's at.
Yep. Kind of figured.
Yeah.
This ambient music made me distrust everything this game.
I love it.
Yeah, the Deets are not somebody.
The Dreets.
The Dreets, I'm sorry, are not somebody you want to necessarily trust.
They're wonderful
Maybe
people.
Oh, of course.
Maybe they will have already heard of me. Town.
Maybe the wife has already heard of you.
Maybe. Maybe.
So, dogs' names.
Yes,
Okay.
I have a name
Excellent.
ready to go.
I've already
anyone
added
know?
my name.
Yeah.
Right. Since I think I'm the only one.
You're the only one that can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take care of. I'll open it up and add the names. So we have